It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
And it's an Uncorking. And Sarah, what is this?
This is Old Forester 1910.
I'm sorry, did you mispronounce 1920?
No, it's 1910. It's the fourth bottle in the Whiskey Row series.
Oh, I knew that.
This is the Old Fine Whiskey.
Old Fine Whiskey without an
Says
E,
so.
because that's how they do it.
Right there.
They're old. First bottled bourbon, they claim. I don't know, I wasn't around then, so I can't.
We can't say. We can't weigh in on that.
I can't weigh in on that, yeah, exactly.
And we don't have all the records at our fingertips.
Don't have those records. So Sarah, tell us a little bit about this bottle.
Sure.
While
okay.
I make the noise.
I'll
of
do my
trying
best.
To get this off.
My best history lesson. So this installment of the Whiskey Row series is a throwback to a time in 1910 when there was a fire at Old Forester. They had dumped a bunch of whiskey into a vat, a bunch of bourbon into this vat to be bottled, but then this fire happened, so they were unable to bottle it because the bottling line was shut down. So we're not really sure why, but apparently it would have been ruined if they had left it in those vats. We're thinking maybe they weren't stainless steel, vats at the time.
Maybe it was just like sitting in the pipes.
We're just
or
not
something?
sure. But for some reason, they were
Again,
like,
we weren't there.
We have got to get this out of this vat before it ruins. So they were like, let's put it into a new charred oak barrel because that doesn't break any of the rules of bourbon, right? So let's put it in there.
Yeah.
And so they did. And
Can't
so
put it in a used barrel because that's against the law.
that's against the law. So, and then that is how, oh, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That is how we got what is said to be the first double-barreled bourbon. And that is this. So this is paying homage to that.
Oh, you say homage. I say homage. Homage. I don't pronounce the H. I say homage.
Homage. Homage.
Homage.
Whatever. It's about that.
It's about that.
So.
All right. Well, and by the way, we should say this is the end of the Old Forester Whiskey Row series.
That's what I said.
Oh, you did?
I said it.
All right. Well, good.
2 times.
I wasn't paying attention.
No,
I
you
was
weren't.
wrestling with that plastic. So it started back in the day, and this is really like, God, what was this? 2-3 years ago?
These came out. Yeah, this has been more, I bet 3 years.
With Old Forester 1870. Then came along, and this is 90 proof, Old Forester 1897, because, dates, at 100 proof, bottled and bond.
And then
our
beloved,
wonderful, the one obviously that is the least filled
Yes.
and like our third bottle,
Yep.
Old Forester 1920 at 115 proof.
So I did think it was odd that they took it back down to 93 for this fourth. I thought maybe
Yeah.
because they were ascending that it would.
This would be like 120,
I don't know.
but this one is 93 proof and about the same price as these guys.
Yeah.
This is still the most expensive.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, but this one about $55. And okay, visual aids over. Let's get these out of the way. What it boils down to is this is the regular Old Forester 4-year 100 proof bourbon that they then double barrel for an additional 6 to 9 months and then cut it down to 93 proof for some reason.
We don't know. Maybe that's just how it tastes best.
Yeah, maybe. Don't know. So,
I
is it worth it to get the instead of paying the in the $20 range for the Old Forester 4-year 100 proof bourbon to have it go into another barrel for 6 to 9 months? Stay tuned. We'll find out.
Let's find out now on It's Bourbon Night.
On this episode of It's Bourbon Night.
Oh, that does not know. It's like the 1920. I mean, it's not the
Or
1920.
even
the other
the Old Forester 100 proof.
or anything I've ever smelled from Old Forester.
No, it's very fruity.
It is fruity.
It's like a fruit salad.
But it also has like
It smells like sugar.
It's like dark caramel and like a deep, rich caramel.
It smells like a
and
cake.
Also, yeah, like not a fruit cake, but like
like a
really dense holiday cake.
Yes, like
or something, but not what the spice is. I don't know.
Almost like a fruit cake, not a dense fruit cake. It smells.
I
This
feel
is
like
weird.
fruit cake is synonymous with bad.
Well,
though.
sure. But okay, here's my qualifier. It smells like the cake is going to be a moist cake, but it still smells very fruity. Ergo, the fruit cake. I don't know.
I do get the fruit notes.
But also like what is that? What are some of those wedding cakes? They're like
an Italian
cream cake. Yes.
maybe.
Ish.
Okay, I get the lightness and like
Yeah.
that almost like it's got like a vanilla almond, like a light almond kind of.
Aha.
You know, I hear you. I hear you. Well,
all right.
We've made them wait long enough.
Okay.
Whoa.
Drinks like a finished bourbon.
It does.
Like this has been in a wine barrel or a sherry cask or something.
Oh, it's so desserty on the finish.
The finish so far is what I like the best.
Me too.
The
It's like
palate
this is like eating dessert with coffee.
is a little
or
funky.
Coffee whiskey. You know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and say
on the finish.
up front, I had lower expectations. So this is already meeting and exceeding my expectations for this bottle.
Well, once we learned about it, we were like, yes, this is the fourth. This is what we've been waiting for.
We've been
1920 was so awesome.
Then we did some research.
Then we read about it. We're like, oh, it's 93 proof. Oh, it's 4-year bourbon that's been aged an
for
extra
6 to 9 months.
6 to 9 months. So it's not even a 5-year.
And it's the same price as the other ones. Then we were kind of like, up.
Oh.
But we got this. And how did we get this, Chad?
Oh, this is thanks to our wonderful patrons.
Thanks, patrons.
This is a Patreon bottle, so thank you guys for that. And that's why this episode may or may not be a bonus episode that comes out in the middle of the week. May or may not, perhaps, maybe.
We won't hold Chad to that.
Perhaps, possibly. But no, now that you said it, definitely getting that coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but
I
the
like
finish
it.
is very coffee. Can border towards chocolate, you know?
Right.
But
Like
it's
I said,
definitely more coffee, like breakfast coffee.
see, I'm getting more of like, people have coffee after dinner with their dessert, and this is the time that's reminding me of like, you just finished a big meal and you get a nice piece of like chocolate cake with caramel and maybe it's got some berries or something on it, and you drink this with it. I feel like this is not the bourbon for you, Chad, because it does have coffee and there is like a berry note in there, like a dark berry, like a blackberry or something. So I feel like these flavors are not up your alley, but they're very up my alley.
It's for sure unique. We've had a few double-barreled things. Let's list them. We've had the Jim Beam, we've had the Woodford, and we've had the Jefferson's Presidential Select.
That's correct. The Twin Oak.
Twin Oak.
Then we've had finished finished in a wine barrel, finished in a rum barrel, finished in, I don't know what else.
Pinot Noir. Yeah, Curacao. What this tastes like to me is more the finished and less of those 3 double-barreled offerings we've had from other people.
I kind of agree with you. This does very much remind me of a finished bourbon. I don't know if I really care. Like, I really personally am enjoying the flavors, but if you are a bourbon purist, I don't know if this is going to float your boat.
I'm not saying I'm mad about it necessarily. I'm just saying I'm very surprised that it tastes more like a finished bourbon to me than it does a double oaked.
True.
Or, double barrel, whatever you want to call it. Now, tell them about the char level on the barrels and how this is different.
So apparently, normally, Old Forester's standard char is 22 seconds. So the first round of, when they make regular Old Forester, that's what it gets. A 22-second char goes in the barrel 4 years later, comes out of the barrel, and then they put it in the second barrel, which apparently gets a 50-second char.
They said it's more than double the amount of the normal time.
Right, which if you double 22, then that would be more.
Okay, math. Don't math on me.
I will. Like, I wish you guys could see. Look at this color.
It's very dark.
It's beautiful.
Well, that's what B-roll's for.
That is what B-roll's for. I knew you were going to say that. As soon as I picked it up, I was like, shouldn't have done that.
No, it looks very caramely, creamy. It looks like a dessert, really.
It's got a nice dark amber color.
It really does. It reminds me of the top of the cane from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
The amber,
Yes.
A little darker than that, but.
I'm enjoying this, and I think it would pair well with something.
I'm having a tough time with it, guys.
It has a lot of coffee, I feel like. Personally, I get some coffee bean, and
I'm surprised the sweetness isn't turning you off.
It is a little sweet, but I don't know why. I'm into it today.
Well, that's cool. I like it when we're divided, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to break our rule. I'm going to put water in this, even though it's not 100 proof or over. Because I just want something.
I have a tiny sip left, so I already know I like it.
You want some water?
So just give me a little bit. That's good.
Okay.
I just have like the teeniest sip left.
I put like 3 drops in there. I put 7 in mine. We're going to let it sit. We're going to come on back. And we are back. Let this sit for a little while. Let's see what it does.
I mean, I think it mellowed the nose out just a little bit, but it's still very fruity. But it doesn't taste that fruity in my mind. Like, when I say fruity, I think people are thinking of, like, Starbursts or something.
No, like
it's
natural
not like that.
flavors.
Like, natural fruit flavors.
Yeah. I think it made it more syrupy, which I'm actually liking. What the water did for me is it cut down on some of those extreme elements, like the sweetness, just the... Don't
really-
punch me.
Oh, that's really in there.
The boom pow of fruitiness. I think it's kind of cut down. So I'm actually going to say I like this better with water.
What?
Yeah, a 93
What?
proofer, I like cut down even more.
Wow.
What?
Now, I'm going to say, I enjoy this. I think it's unique. I think it's something different. And I am always very happy when I can find new things that I like because it's exciting. It's like
Yeah.
the world just got a little bit bigger.
Sure.
But while I do like this and I very much appreciate the flavors that it's bringing, I still love 1920 more.
I'm looking at the bottle right over
Do you want
there.
some? Why don't you have some?
Do.
And then you can sip against this one and you can tell me why 1920 is better.
And I can tell you what's wrong with
These
this.
corks are really get in there. I'm going to have some of that
Now
too,
look at
so.
this nectar of the gods.
That's beautiful. So this bottle's actually still got the price tag on it. It was 60. This was 50.
54.
54?
Oh, the 1920 is so much better.
55 is a lot, I think, for... But, you know, I don't know. Who's to say what's a lot to whom? I think if you're a big fan of the Old Forester Whiskey Row series, I mean, you obviously have to get this because you have to complete the series.
Collect them all.
You gotta collect them all. I think if you're a fan of finished bourbons or double oaked or anything like that, you like something deep, dark, rich, not afraid of getting into some unique flavors, then I think this could be for you.
Could be.
knows?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a unrecommend.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a recommend.
Okay.
So,
We're not often split that way. We are on, flavors and profiles, but recommend or not, we're normally in the same arena.
well, we can agree on this.
Yeah, we can agree on that. Just get the 1920. It's the most expensive, but you get what you pay for. Sometimes not.
It is good. If you haven't bought anything in the Whiskey Row series and you're not afraid of proof, then get the 1920 first. If you like it, then maybe explore the rest of the series.
Well, I would give 1920 a recommend
I would-
a second time. Again, recommend.
We both agree on this one.
No.
Yes.
No.
I got confused. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so there you go. But damn glad to have tried it. Thank you, patrons. Thank you,
Yes,
Patreon.
thank you very much for allowing us to have this bottle.
Speaking of that, if you would like to become a Patreon member, it's patreon.com/bourbonite. There's different tiers and levels and polls and tons of ways and extras and audio extras and some video extras now that we're throwing in and so forth. So just go check it out.
We're getting crazy.
We are getting crazy. If you like what we're bringing to the table here, you can also hit that subscribe button. That'll help out the channel a lot, and we would appreciate it. Hit that bell notification as well.
Because you know you want to know.
You know you want to know. What about these glasses, Sarah?
So these glasses are something that you can find on our Amazon influencer page. It's amazon.com/shop/itsbourbonite. And you can follow us on all the social media channels at It's Bourbon Night.
There, your. All right. Well, that'll do us.
That'll do
And
us.
that'll do you too.
Yes.
And it'll do you. Glad to have all four finally.
Yep. I feel like we gotta line them up back there
We
somewhere.
gotta line them up. All right. Well, thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay. And until next time, drink more bourbon.
Cover your ears. Don't let him talk about you that way.
I
It's just a baby.
don't like you.
He's new.